Okay, so here's the second step in the process. We're going through the list again, but now I'm showing you the whole screen so you can take a look at what I'll select and what I'll do when I select it. So this is not interesting, even though it says sustainability. That's just a catchword. Not interested. No criminal charges coming in Giuliani probe. Not interested. Tesla driver's criminal trial. Not interested. Fitwell certifications. Through Fitwell certification, your building will be leading the industry on the next frontier of sustainability. So that's a possibility. What I'll do though is, usually I'll start by going to the article itself and take a look at it and see what the article is about. Yeah, this is primarily just a company promoting itself, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's not really going to give you a good, exciting topic that somebody who's interested in learning more about the circular economy or seeing what's happening in the circular economy will necessarily be excited about. I have the ScoopIt shortcut installed up at the top. So if I did pick this article, looking at it in this view, as opposed to looking at it in the just straight publish view, the straight publish view gives you what ScoopIt thinks would be interesting to publish. Well, the picture looks okay, but the description is very, very minimal. So what I usually do is I'll go with this, clicking here, clicking on the article itself, and then using the ScoopIt link that I have saved as a bookmark, which you can install from the ScoopIt site. And what I'll do usually is highlight. This will determine what's going to actually appear in the scooped article. So, for example, if I don't do this, let's start without doing this. If I don't do this, this is what ScoopIt picked up as being the important meat of the article, a single sentence. So if I don't do it that way, if I hit escape back, if I refresh the page, if I go back now here, click on the article itself, and then if I select on my own, if I highlight, let's say this, this investing in human health has multiple benefits. Ignoring health is now widely recognized for what it's always been, a risk. Data-driven platform for environmental sustainability and governance reporting. This might be more interesting just because it gives sort of an overview of what they do. So I'll highlight this, and now if I use the bookmark, what you'll see is all of that appears underneath the image. I normally start by putting my cursor here, backspacing, so I get rid of the bar. I'm pointing, get rid of the bar on the left. And then what I'll do is go down through what I highlighted, and I'll backspace to put it all into a single paragraph. I like 2 spaces between the period and the next sentence. I'll do the next thing here, because I want this just to be a single paragraph underneath the image on our website. I'll delete this, so I'll get rid of the bullets. I'll do the same thing, couple spaces, delete, get rid of the bullet point. And now this isn't actually what appears on the website. This over here in the WordPress excerpt is what appears on the website. So if you notice, what was there before is what was there on the left-hand side, as I was just pointing at the screen again, is still here in this area. It's easier to edit over here than it is over here, even though you can bring this window down to see what you've highlighted. It doesn't include the read the full article at the bottom. So what I normally do is do what I just did, edit it over here, and then I highlight this, Control C, copy it, and then I paste it over here and put that into the WordPress excerpt. What I also do is I take words of interest. So for example, Fitwell is the name of the company, and I'll make that a tag within the publication. So Control C, I'll come over here, Control V, and or you know, if you're on a Mac, obviously it's different, but I use Windows. And then I'll hit enter. These are tags then. ESG is something, so if anybody's searching our website on these tags, these will show up as tags, so I'll copy and paste that. Hit enter after you do that. Fitwell certification, and again, it's better to err on the side of including too many tags as opposed to too few, kind of like the articles themselves. Sustainability is just one of those terms that's almost always there. So that's kind of a boring one. I probably wouldn't include that. That's probably enough. So right now, just for the sake of this, I'm going to just publish it this minute. But you can also set a timer. So if you're running on, I don't want to have like 50 articles appear on one day and then the next day find that there are no real new suggestions that have come up. So I usually aim for 5 to 10 articles per day. But if you wanted to schedule this then for tomorrow, I usually schedule them like an hour or two apart, starting at maybe 7 a.m., running through maybe 7 p.m., so maybe 12 for the day. But if you want to make it just today, you can back over that and refresh it, and it should be, well, I think you can type in now. So it's there, ready to go, ready to be published. And then at the very end, you want to make sure that it's posting to our Twitter channel. Twitter, the Refill Man is what it's called. And then the Facebook page is the Circular Economy. And after doing that, I will, I messed up so we'll just do it today, and we'll do it right now. So it's going to go right. You get the idea. It's supposed to go, let's pick, and you can set hour. Okay, so 4 o'clock. Right now it's 4:43, so let's make it 4:45. Normally, for most days, I would just use current until we're caught up. So now we've scheduled that. And what it'll do is it'll tell you that you were successful in adding this to your page or to our page. And here it says view your scheduled scoops. So this will give you, and I'm getting sort of ahead of myself, but it shows that today we supposedly, oh, and this is all the way back in May. And I've not kept current, which is exactly why this video is being done. I haven't kept current for a long time, and I'm trying to catch up. So Saturday I posted a bunch. Today we have one article coming up at 4:45. So in a minute, 4:45 our time, we're in the Orlando, Florida area. So in 1 minute that will appear on our website. So let's go back and do another one now, just brand new. So clicking on it from here and posting it from here, the article or the potential article still appears. So you want to delete that manually. So let's find another one to do, and we'll do it in the immediate mode. So here's delivering on our purpose, Hewlett-Packard talking about sustainability. So we'll go to that. We'll highlight maybe the first paragraph or two. I wouldn't probably pick this stuff up here just because it's more just information about the entity that's publishing this. So I'll just pick up this. I'll go to the Scoop.It bookmark. I will backspace just to delete the tab or the bar that was there. This is going to be the same as was over here now, but we'll do, just for the sake of showing it again, highlight this. Copy and paste it in here. And then for the tags, I'll use HP. Also use their full name, since I happen to know it, obviously, Hewlett-Packard. And there's nothing really else in here that's catchy from a circular economy standpoint. These usually stay checked, so you don't have to worry about having to check them every time. And then now we hit publish. It confirms that the article was published, so we can just delete that now, or close out that tab. This is the tab from before. We'll close out that one. This was the calendar, so we can close out that one for the time being. But now if you notice, here's the Hewlett-Packard one, and here's the Fitwel one. I'll close out of this for 1 second. So the Fitwel one worked just fine. You'll notice though sometimes the image is low res or is a small image, and you can hover over the image and then select the increase size. This just sets the size of and this is only for the ScoopIt page. So now we'll go to the actual website. And here's the Hewlett-Packard article that we just created. And it's on our website now because ScoopIt posts directly to WordPress, and the Fitwel one is there as well. So if you click on continue reading, it takes you to a single page post of that. And then if somebody wants to actually look at that article directly, they click on read the full article at Butterfly Publisher, and there's exactly the page that we got it from before. So if I go back to ScoopIt and now click up here in the upper right hand corner on suggestions, it's picking up the suggestions once again. And now you'll see that that Hewlett-Packard article is still appearing, so we'll delete that one. YouTube ones are interesting just from the standpoint that they're visual. It's a video that people like, but what I usually do is go not click directly on the publish. I always go to the link itself because I want to see if there's anything more that I can pick up. So here, this is one that I probably wouldn't pick because this is one really minimal sentence that describes what the video is about. The video might be great, but I usually like to see more information appear. So that's one that I'll delete. This is, it's sad, but it's not anything related to the circular economy. Nothing about the circular economy, immersive customer experience, nothing about circular economy, nothing about circular economy, nothing. So here's an interesting one. Gartner survey finds 87% of business leaders expect to increase sustainability investment over the next 2 years. Again, if I click on just publish, usually the amount of detail that's underneath, yep, here's a perfect example. There's like a sentence or two. So I'll close out of that. And now if I click on the actual article itself, and then I usually don't, if it's a press release, which is what this is, you can see PR wire, which is press release wire. I won't take the date because I don't want to pigeonhole myself to need it exactly on this date. So if I take maybe the first 2, maybe 3 paragraphs, highlight those, and then hit ScoopIt, now you'll see that the same chart comes up, but underneath the chart now we have the 3 paragraphs that we highlighted. So again, I'll start by getting rid of the, and it doesn't matter if you start at the top or the bottom, the goal is the same, just make it all one paragraph. And then bring the cursor up here, get rid of that, and then you'll copy this, paste it over here, and we'll do the same thing with the tags. So in here, sustainability is one of the key tags, and it's kind of generic and always there, but it's certainly something that here's environmental, social, and governance. And what I usually do is highlight words that also have the acronyms or the abbreviation next to it. I'll highlight that first, so I'll pick that. And then I'll pick ESG. Oops, I'll pick ESG. Control C, Control V, enter. Not really much else in here. I might use the name Gartner Inc. just because it's a company name, and if somebody's searching for stuff from Gartner, they might then be interested to find it. And then hit enter. So that's basically it again for the publishing of it. And then I'll hit publish. And usually you have to scroll up just to see, okay, it's done, and I'll close out of that. And I'll just, so we can go back to our website now and go to the home page. And if you refresh it, you'll see here's the Gartner survey that we just put in there. And you can see that 3 paragraphs is probably a little too long. 3 paragraphs over here, yep, that was too long. I should have stuck with 2. But nevertheless, the goal is to have a ton of content on the site. And if you look, you'll see that we have 488 pages of roughly 5 to 10 articles, posts on each page, going all the way back to March of 2013. And coming up to, you'll see back in May when I stopped doing this on my own. Oops, that's the wrong May. We go back to May of 2022, you notice there's a big hole between May and November. I was doing it quite regularly in May, and then for a variety of reasons stopped. But if you click, you'll see there's just a ton of content on. Although what I was doing also was just to make it so those days would light up and be clickable, I was adding only 1 article per day. I'd like to have at least 5 or 10, as I said, per day. That's the goal. Now, for areas where there are holes, there's a way within WordPress that, if there was nothing published on May 2022, I can go back and look at articles that might be older, and we'll get into that later, but I'll just give an example of it. We go back here and look at articles. We're looking right now for articles within the last 24 months. If I drill down, there might be circular economy stuff does come out pretty often. So there's a lot of stuff, and if you notice, these are the freshest ones. If we go to relevance and then hit apply, it'll load new content, and sometimes this takes a fair bit of time. Didn't this time. But if you notice, here's May 6th of 2021. If I wanted, what I could do is, although I can't do it directly, but if here's one from May 5th. So if I posted this one and took the first, I may have already selected this one, I'm not positive. Oops. So here's 2 paragraphs, although the second one's a lengthy paragraph. Do the ScoopIt. What I can do is do the normal preening of the article. And then obviously copy and paste that as I've done before. Copy it over here. I'll take Dell. Dell Technologies World. I'll take the ESG stuff again. I'll cancel that because I left the paragraph mark, the right paren, not the paragraph, right parentheses left in there accidentally. So I'll do it again. Control C, Control V. I'll take ESG again on its own. Concept Luna sounds like something important that somebody might be interested in searching on. And again, it's not the goal is not to get every catchy phrase in here. It's to get enough, 3, 4, 5, whatever you can find, and then publish this. So that did show up on our website. We can verify it by going to the home page. If you notice, it's published on this date, although I won't do it right now. Within WordPress, well, in fact, you know what? I'll do it just as long as we're on the topic. And if you look at posts, here's Dell's sustainability program. That was the one that we just put there, even though it was from May 5th of last year. And let's quickly look. So in May of 2022, there were no articles published by me on the 15th. So since we're now backdating, and there's no way to post from within ScoopIt backdating, but you can do a quick edit here. When do you want this to appear? We want it to appear May 15th of 2021. Crap. Sorry. May 15th of 2021. I usually leave the time because I don't care at this point now. And then you do a quick update. And then when you refresh this, you'll notice that disappears because it's obviously now down in May. And if you look on the website, if you refresh the page, well, it'll come up as soon as Cloudflare gets it in there, but it should be in, assuming I did it correctly, it should appear on May 15th. Oh, because I'm looking at 2022. So let's look at May of 2021. And there's the Dell article that I just posted. And in fact, the mistake that I was making before, I should have dated it 2022, which I still can do. If I look for May of 2021 and search for posts, if I look down for May 15th, we'll see the Dell article. If we do quick edit again, and now do it in 2022, if now we go back and look at May of 2022, there's May 15th, the most recent one. So this video has run long, but that gives you an idea of the basic, what I want to do every day. It doesn't even have to be done every day. It could be done once a week, but articles then could be scheduled over the 7 days of the week because I want new content to appear every day. So if you have time to do it, 5 hours on a, Sunday, or 2 hours on a Tuesday or whatever, just to get as many articles as you can posted and scheduled, and then have them spaced out throughout the week or throughout whatever time period you've got available now. If you've already got this month going, it could be articles that are posted in the back as well, in retrospect. So for the months where those dates aren't currently filled. So that's all for right now, and I will terminate this video.